Hi, friends. Welcome to Take Care of Your Body by Rye. I'm your host, Rylan Rosano, psychology master's student, chronic illness advocate, two-time published author, and a girl who has a lot of questions, and I ask your favorite health and wellness professionals them. Join me every week for a new episode that ties back into taking care of our body, mind, and making sure we never give up on our dreams. I'll see you every Wednesday and Saturday, and make sure you hit subscribe, grab your favorite coffee, and we're about to yap about all things health, wellness, and being human. Hey everyone, I'm joined with a beautiful soul today. Hi Audrey, how are you today?
I am good, you.
I'm good. I'm so glad that we connected and we met. It truly shows you, like, even though we both deal with chronic illness, it's not as isolating as you think it might be.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And
It's
you're
very
such
rough.
a beautiful soul, truly. I love that you shared your story and then I found you from sharing your story. And I just think what you share is so needed because again, so many people sit in their houses or their rooms or wherever they're not feeling well at, and they just think like, am I the only one feeling this or am I the only one enduring this? And people like you post yourself in your not, best moments, and it just shows us that we're not alone because it really makes you feel like sometimes you are. It's so isolating.
No, it is. You don't want to show the people that care about you that you're hurting too much because you don't want to worry them. So you kind of put your brave face on and you just try and, live you live your life, and it's very isolating because then you come back and you're drained and you feel like you've just run a marathon where you just like got out of bed or made your bed. I make my bed and I'm out of breath. Like it's not normal. Like I'm 26. I should be I used to be very fit, you know. But now now I can't do very much, sadly.
Well, you're doing the best you can with the cards that you're dealt. And I just think the platform that you started to create with people who, again, can relate is just so beautiful. And I'm really proud of you. You're doing amazing.
Thank you. It's not it's not really who I am. I'm a big introvert. Like I'm super shy. My boyfriend is the one that's very an extrovert. He's on Instagram a lot. Like he's a photographer and a videographer, and he was the one that was like, Audrey, you should really share your story. I think it's important. And because I was really struggling. We were in an apartment. I couldn't work. And then he lost his job because he's a social worker, um, also. And then he lost his job. So then we were like really struggling financially. Um, so we had to move back to his parents' house. And then I had to rely on a GoFundMe to get rid of my medical debt or just to pay for my treatments because I have to do therapy because of all the trauma that I've been through. I have to do physiotherapy every week because of my disease. Um, there's like so many things that people don't necessarily think of with chronic illness that you have to pay for that are not necessarily covered, and it adds on and you can never catch up. So so I'm glad that I stepped out and I tried to reach out to people because now we're doing this big event in September, that I'm really excited about. It's going to be a benefit concert for me, with two artists that are insanely talented. They're called Fuseau, and the other one is Raphaël Roy.
Ooh.
And now it's going to be really, really cool. And we're going to have a silent auction too. It's going to be really nice. And uh, a lot of people that I've connected with are going to come to the event, and we can just like all talk about the struggles and just not feel alone. Just yesterday, I was talking to this girl who has breast cancer, and she was telling me, you know, it's hard when you have a long-term illness because in the beginning people are like really there for you and they want to help and they're like texting you and they show up to your house to bring you food, just anything to help, really. But then you're still sick, time goes on, lives go on, and they kind of forget, and then the help is not as much there. And so it kind of feels also, again, isolating, and you don't feel like asking for help. So then you're even more alone. So I kind of found that sad, like, because she went on her page and she just shared my story out of nowhere, and she was like, like, I felt like doing that because I wish people would still help me that way because I'm still sick. I still have breast cancer. I'm still fighting, and hers is stage 4, I believe, so it's really advanced. um and so I shared her story too because I feel like we should really help each other in the struggle that we were going through.
Yeah, no, we really should. And like as horrible as it is to deal with chronic illness, it's beautiful that there's so many people who also understand what we're going through and really this community and just knowing like we're not alone because it's so hard to explain to healthy people, I mean, what it's like to be chronically ill. And then you feel like maybe I'm a bad friend because I canceled plans or I can't show up in the ways that I want to show up for my friends or the ways I used to be able to when I was healthy. And it makes you feel like there's something wrong with you. And then you talk to someone like you, and you're like, wait, I'm not alone in this feeling because she's experiencing
Mhm.
the same thing. And it's like you can't explain to people that don't understand it or don't want to try to understand it what it's like.
Mhm.
You can't find the right thing in the wrong room. And if someone doesn't want to understand your chronic illness, those are not your people.
Yeah, and I'm so lucky that I have my friends and my family that we're so like tight knit.
Mhm.
Uh, I see my friends almost every day. My boyfriend now just quit his job as a social worker to take care of me and also work on his business for photos. So that because it's an easier schedule to manage, um, because we don't know what kind of treatments we're gonna have to go and do. I might have to come to Toronto to do a trial for a treatment. I might have to go to Boston. I have no idea. So so I'm really, really lucky to have such a close community and the community that I'm trying to build on my platform too. Because without this, it's you just I don't know. I don't know how I do it, honestly.
No, I don't either. I like the people that I have in my life and within the community that I've built, like they keep me going. And that's what's so beautiful about people and just connecting is like people can truly be a ray of sunshine in your life, like you are for me. Like I'm really, really happy
Mm.
that we connected.
Yeah,
So
me too.
do you want to kind of explain to people what you're dealing with chronic illness wise so we can kind of get a bigger picture?
Yeah. So it started when I was younger. I was 12. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. Um, and I stayed sick for a while. I had to get pulled out of school. I was homeschooled for a while, and I started to have pain everywhere because that's what fibromyalgia is. You just get like pain all over your body, and I had a lot of pain in my jaw. And I would like tell my dentist that it was really painful, but he would really brush it off because he saw that in my file I had fibromyalgia. So, it's just part of the disease. I won't look any further. And I would keep telling him, it's really painful. My jaw locks. But I don't think he really believed in what I was saying, which again is such a huge part of the chronic illness that you don't get believed often by doctors.
Medical doctors.
The it's insane. Yeah, you really, especially as women, you have to fight as just as hard, even more. Anyway, so I ended up, I was 20 and I was working, I was at school, I was doing better. I didn't have any more symptoms of the fibromyalgia, so that was done. And was still telling him, like my jaw it really hurts. So then he decided to finally do a scan. And then he was like, well, okay, I'm sending you to this surgeon. I was like, what do you mean a surgeon?
Right.
So I went to see the surgeon. He was like, if you would have seen me 5 years ago, I would have put braces and it would have been done. But now you have multiple surgeries ahead of you. Yeah. So that was a shock. And he's like, it was during COVID, so there's no like the OR time is limited and you're on a waiting list because there's so many other people like me that have chronic pain in the jaw. Um, so I knew I was gonna be waiting a while. So finally I got my first surgery on the left side to repair my meniscus. The pain continued, and then my meniscus just popped out of my joint. It was literally in my cheek. I could feel it. It was like moving around in my cheek. It was just floating there. Yeah. So I couldn't eat anything solid for that amount of time that I was waiting for the surgery. That was 6 months that I waited. So I was working. I work as an LPN, licensed practical nurse, in the operating room at the Saint Jacinto Hospital, which is a children's hospital. I love my job so much, but it's very hard and it's very demanding. You have to be like on all the time. Like if there's a if there's a crash or anything like that, you have to be very, very on. And I was on this liquid diet and I was losing a lot of weight, in a lot of pain. So that was a really hard part of my life. And then I got the surgery. And then, you know, he ended up doing a lot more than just repairing my meniscus because he said the damage was insane. He spent 6 hours operating on me. Um, so he told me it was a band-aid and that I would need to have my both my joints replaced completely with a prosthetic. Um, so one day I was just working and then my jaw just I felt like an electric shock from both sides of my head and my jaw just locked. I couldn't talk, I couldn't eat. So I went to the hospital and my surgeon told me that was in October of 2024. He told me that I would only be getting a surgery the next spring because the prosthetic that had to be built and that is like it's custom and it takes 3 months to build and there's a waiting list. And I had to do a scan first. I had to go private to do the scan because they were not calling me to get things moving ahead. That was very expensive because it's not covered, of course, by my insurance. So I ended up spending 8 months not talking, not eating. I lost 45 pounds. Yeah, no, I got an article in a big journal here. I went on the news, I went on the radio. It made a lot of noise. That's when I started my GoFundMe because we were both struggling financially. So it helped. I got my surgery and it was supposed to be done. I was supposed to be done. The pain was gone. I was so happy. But then I felt a bump in my jaw. So what happened is I got it's called bony ankylosis. So basically, it's kind of like little fibrous tissues that braid each other, kind of like a spider web in a diseased tissue, and then it just turns into bone. So that's why my jaw locked the first time. And that was happening again. So so that was in February. So I had to get surgery in April. And he told me that it was going to be very aggressive. And then after that, I had to do radiotherapy. So that was really scary because, I mean, he had never done it before. And my oncologist, when I met him, he said that he's never done it before. So I was kind of a guinea pig in that way. Um, so we did the surgery. It was really aggressive. It lasted 6 hours. He removed so much bone. He said he almost had to call neuro because if he would remove more bone, it would have been in my brain. So it was a big thing. And after the surgery, I couldn't recover. My blood pressure was low. Um, I was dizzy all the time. I had nausea all the time. I couldn't gain weight. Um, my temperature, like I was always cold or always hot. I couldn't get a hold of anything. So my doctor diagnosed me with dysautonomia, or POTS too. Um, so that was a really big struggle. And then I was also diagnosed with adrenal insufficiency, which is, I mean, the cortisol in my body is not being produced enough. So I have to take pills that replace the cortisol in my body. And I have to wear this beautiful bracelet just in case I pass out. And if I pass out, someone has to, poke me with the medication to wake me up. I had to teach my family, my friends how to do it. So so now I'm stuck with pain in my jaw. The bone is trying to grow again. I have dysautonomia and I have this adrenal insufficiency, and mm, illnesses just keep popping up. It just keeps getting worse all the time, and my doctor, my surgeon don't know what to do with me. They don't know how to treat me, and that's why he said he had to go and get help from specialists, geneticians, diagnosticians, from all over the world. Like he said, some kind of Doctor House type of doctor, which made me laugh. Um, but yeah, because he has no idea how to treat me. So I'm here waiting in a lot of pain. I'm on the biggest pain medication that you can take. I take, I think now I'm at 30 medications a day, honestly. It's insane. It's insane. It's a lot. Um, so that's why it's very scary because you don't know what's gonna happen.
You don't, and you wake up and you don't know how you're going to feel for that specific day, and it's hard to
No.
explain to people. Like, I think people just think like, oh, I can't, some of these chronic illnesses you can't see, like you can't see POTS, you can't see, dysautonomia, you can't, like your jaw, like, disease, like you can see. I feel like that, you can understand that, but like with dysautonomia, it's so invalidating because they're like, oh, like you look fine. Why are you not able to function? Why are you taking medication? And then you start to almost invalidate yourself and how you feel. And I know you can probably relate to that because it's hard to countlessly explain to people why you're not well, why you can't show up. And then you feel
Mhm.
guilty because you're like, I'm so young. Why is my body not performing in the right way?
It's so because I used to I I love Pilates.
Me
I
too.
did like that's like my passion. I love it so much. And before I would take classes like I don't know 5 times a week. I also wanted to maybe take a course to become an instructor. And now I have a hard time doing my bed, getting down the stairs. I have to hold on just in case, you know, I don't feel well if I pass out, or my heart rate spikes up for no reason, or it's really, really low. It's like it's a box of surprise. You wake up and you don't know what your day is gonna look like. how much pain you're going to be in, or if you're going to be so nauseous that you're not going to be able to eat at all today. And I hate that, it might be perceived as being lazy
Right.
because you're in bed and you're like you're so exhausted and you have barely any strength to do anything. And you know and they ask you how your day was, how you're doing, and you want to say you're doing good, but you're not really doing good. And so you kind of lie, you keep it to yourself, because then it's the same thing every day. And I'm also scared that, you know, people are going to get fed up of me. My friends, I often tell them, like, if it's too much, like, just tell me. And it shouldn't be like that. I should just be able to be myself, and, just like, it's okay to say you're not okay.
It is. It is. And the right people in your life will want to be here for you, no matter how exhausting or, confusing it might be. Like, I'm trying to remind myself, like, my chronic illness will only shed away the people that are not meant to be in my life. Because the people that truly want to be in your life want to understand you and want to be able to support you in whatever ways that might look like.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's
Thank
so
you for that.
Of course, and I'm so proud of you. Like, I know it's so isolating and frustrating and really debilitating to deal with, but you are truly turning your pain into passion by sharing your story and making all of us feel less alone and just doing what you can. Like, I love seeing the videos that you share because you have such a beautiful, like, ability to make light of such a hard, situation. Like, when you were joking in one of your videos about taking your pills, I was laughing. I was like, that's so me. Like, we're just girls. We gotta like make the best out of it and make the best out of the
Simka.
literally make the best out
No.
of the bad situation. But
Yeah.
it's nice for me to have someone like you in my life because it feels so, you know, again, I want to say isolating, but it makes you feel like you're different from everyone else, especially if you're around healthy people and they're not taking 30 pills a day. So it's nice that
Yeah.
I'm not alone in that.
Yeah. I mean, I want to keep up. Just I saw my niece like 2 weeks ago, and we were going to go pick some strawberries, and I was like, oh, that's so great, that's gonna be so fun. She's so young. I'm her godmother. I want to be there for her. I want to be able to take care of her and offer her the best things in life because I love her so much. I was there when she was born. I adore her, and I want to keep up with her and do everything that she wants to do. And then I'm like, I regret it later because I'm exhausted for days. The pain is worse, and I don't listen to my body. So even my people have to say, Audrey, like, lie down or like sit down, like you're doing too much. I can see you're starting to get like, or you're dizzy. They see I'm like walking all wobbly. It's People have to remind me that calm down, because then you're just gonna regret it later, which I often do.
And it's sad because I feel like these, diseases really attack the most ambitious, fun, happy people that are so intelligent and we have so much energy and then our bodies are like, wait a minute, hold on. No, girl, you're not gonna do all the things you want to do. And like I have that same problem where I'm so ambitious and I want to like go hang out with my friends and then do all
Yeah,
this stuff for my podcast and all of that. And then my body's like, nope, you need to lie down on the couch. And then that makes you feel guilty, but I think I got to remind myself, and I want you to do the same thing, is rest is productive, especially for our bodies. Our bodies are doing the best they can with the circumstances we have, and we deserve to give them rest.
that's so true. That's so true.
Why are we
Yeah, but
that's trying its best to help us?
yeah, yeah, that's so true. You have to see it as like you're giving your body what it needs. It's frustrating. It's like hard to work, especially on people that are like, I love action. Like, you know, I work in an operating room, in the evening, so I do emergencies. So I run on adrenaline, and now I'm stuck in bed. I have brain fog all the time. Hard hard time to remember like in simple words. And I used to, converse with surgeons and talk about really, complicated things, medically complicated things. And now sometimes I'm forgetting the word bathroom. Like
Right,
I have to point and be like a guessing game.
right.
I thought it's hard to not feel stupid, but I have to remember that it's a disease, it's a brain fog, and it's also the millions of pills that I'm taking that's not helping either.
1,000%, and it's not, it doesn't have anything to do with you or your intelligence. It's truly just what you deal with, and you didn't ask to deal with this. It's just something you navigate. You are not your chronic illnesses. You're the strong badass that's navigating them.
Yes, that's true.
I truly adore you, pot sisters, literally pot sisters.
I know. It's so rare. Like people don't really know about box, but
And, and it's so
it's not
complicated to
fun.
understand. Someone was like, "What's the autonomic nervous system?" I'm like, "Just be grateful you don't know what that is, and that yours works properly."
No, I had to discover, I mean, I would get UTIs all the time. And then I'm like, wait, they go away really quickly.
Right.
So then I Googled it and I'm like, that's actually a symptom of dysautonomia.
Isn't
Fake, you think you have a UTI, it feels like a UTI, you don't have one. And same thing for my throat. I always get asked like, oh, are you sick? Because I always have like this gratiness that I didn't used to have. You get lazy vocal cords from from that.
it affects
That's
everything?
everything in your body. The way you breathe, the way your brain works, the way you smell things, everything. It affects everything.
And
So
it's insane that it's been around for so long, and the COVID-19 pandemic really brought it to the forefront of things. But it's just crazy. Like trauma can influence it, illness can influence it. Like I got mine from having mononucleosis and chronic asthma as a kid, and my it attacked my autonomic nervous system, both of those things combined. It's just
mhm,
insane. But if COVID didn't happen, I'm like, would we just not even have all this research and the limited knowledge we do have about POTS
yeah,
and forms of autonomic dysfunction? It's crazy. We need more.
yeah. No, we really do because it affects, but again, it affects more women than men. And in medicine,
Why don't the men have
they
anything?
they don't care about women. It's like, if working in the medical field, like I really do see it. The the way the men and the women are treated for different illnesses or for the same thing.
Right.
I'm like,
Oh,
misogyny
oh,
is
literally,
there.
go to see a
It,
doctor and not have him tell me it's about anxiety or blame it on my periods.
yeah, or drink more wine, you'll feel better. You're just stressed. Like just relax. Go out with your friends. You'll be better.
No, I'll pass out.
Like go for a walk. No, maybe no, exactly. I might pass out and like someone will find me in 2 days.
Literally, like
It's
it,
so stupid. Like I'm so lucky to have a good family doctor. So many people don't. Mine like will fight for me. He's the kindest person. But I've met some doctors that was like, where did you get your license? My my boyfriend's doctor, um, she Googles his symptoms in front of him to know what he has. Because he's also dealing with well, they told him it was IBS, but that's kind of the easy answer when they don't know what you have. So he's also dealing with that.
oh my God.
So the gaslighting is just
It's insane.
everywhere.
That's why I think advocacy and doing what we do is so important because then you can bring up your doctor and say, look, I read about this online,
Hmm.
something called POTS, dysautonomia, and then it gives that doctor a new perspective and a new terminology. But I think if a doctor blames it on anxiety or tells you it's all in your head, go find another doctor. That's not who you.
Yeah, no, no. And sadly, it's hard because in our system, you can't really just switch doctors. So you might have to go private, but sometimes it is really worth it. That's the thing that's going to click and you're actually going to be taken seriously. But it's sad that you have to come in and you have to come in with your symptoms, you have to come in with studies, you have to come in like very prepared. I saw uh, a surgeon go from like not taking me seriously and saying I was exaggerating. So when I was telling him I was an LPN working in the operating room, then he was super nice to me and he was like, "Oh, okay, then I'll just give you this and like no problem." So I can't imagine the people that are not in the field
Right.
to do that. That's why like I have so many people writing to me every day asking me questions about my jaw issues and like how it helped because I have helped other people when they had the surgery the after because we're dealing with a lot of malpractice in that hospital, not from the surgeon but from the staff, and I have contacts because I got a lot of surgeries. So you get them when it's like a gift. You go, it's your fourth, you get contacts. And so I had to advocate myself for some of the patients that were there. And I wasn't even there. And it made me so angry because they're not believed. Like the girl I was talking to, she said she overheard one of the doctors saying, "Oh, she's a drama queen. She's just crying for no reason." After she had jaw surgery, they replaced her joints. They cut open her jaw, and she's a drama queen. Really?
What?
Yeah. But then her boyfriend went and asked the doctor, and then he was like, "Okay, I'll come." But when she was asking for pain and crying for hours on end, she called me and she was crying like in pain, like I don't know what to do. I shouldn't have done this. It was such a mistake. I was so angry. I was so angry.
Absolutely ridiculous. I
Yeah, and so many people text me and they're not believed.
right. Which is like we know our body's best. We know if it's not performing right. You should believe the
Yeah,
person expressing the pain to you.
yeah. No, you really should. But it's it's often because we're women and we're all really stressed apparently.
Well, I mean, being a human is hard, but no one should feel alone in that, and that's why I do what I do.
Yeah, yeah. No, me too. It takes energy to just answer the people and their questions, but um I tell myself, like at least I've done something, I've helped someone. And I wish when I was going through all of that I saw someone. I wish I would have met you sooner
To
because I would have, had answers or had little tips, or see how you navigate things and maybe, oh, maybe I could try something that she's doing. Maybe that would help me.
right.
So it's really like building a community is so important. It really is.
It really is. How do you protect your mental health through chronic illness?
Um, with antidepressants.
I mean, you need to support yourself the way you need to support yourself. So I'm proud of you for that.
No, I do. I'm like, they're there. It's such a big stigma to take medication for anxiety or depression or whatever. But I'm like, it's there for you. It's gonna help you. Just take it. And also therapy. I do therapy every week. Um, because you need to talk to someone about what you're going through, someone that's neutral, someone that can give you tools to manage your anxiety, to manage how you feel, the frustration, the anger that you get sometimes after your own body. I'm angry at my body very often because I wish I could go with my friends and, they're going to play pickleball or they're going kayaking and I can't do these things because I'm like, well, what if I don't feel well and I pass out? Or what if I have an adrenal crisis and I need my medication? What do you do?
Right.
So you really therapy, medication, talking to your friends, finding really good friends that listen. And sometimes you just need to have someone to you can just scroll on the phone next to you, just being there, not even just talking, just feeling the presence of someone. And also, pet therapy is so helpful because you feel like you're not judged, you know? It's hard because I just lost my dog. Um, he was there when I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia
Oh,
and going through everything. And then I lost him when I started having all these, chronic illnesses. So it was a really, really, really hard time because he helped me so much. Every surgery was there and lying on my feet and just giving me strength to go on. Like he would want to play, so I would force myself to just like, wait, let's play with him. You know, um, I'm fortunate that when I moved with my boyfriend's parents, um, they have dogs, so at least I have that. But it's not the same, of course.
of course.
It's not my dog, but yeah, at least he's not in pain anymore. You have to remind yourself that we took the good decision to let him go.
And just because he's gone doesn't mean the love that you had for him or the love that he gave you is gone. You can carry that with you forever.
Yeah, no, I'm grateful. I'm really grateful because he came into my life when I was going through so many hardships, and he he helped me, and I'm grateful for him.
Me too. I'm grateful for people and animals, and like I think that's one thing chronic illness teaches you about gratitude and the importance of being thankful for what you do have.
Yeah,
And it also makes you more empathetic. So I'm just
it really does.
I'm really proud of you, and I just think you're so brave for sharing
Mm.
your story, and so many people will feel less alone from listening to this.
No, really, it's just just talking about it, just
It's healing.
like you just I feel like a burden a lot of the time, and I'm really trying to work on that and to not feel like a burden because you're not a burden. It's not your fault that you have this disease.
No, you're not.
So the people that are helping you, it's not because they feel bad for you or, my boyfriend and I have been together for a decade. He's seen me through all of this,
Right.
and he still like wants to marry me. Like we got engaged 3 years ago now.
Gosh, congrats.
And thank you. And yeah, you I lost my train of thought, but
I'm coming to the wedding.
if it ever happens, because
Happen.
it's so expensive. But we're gonna do it in the backyard here at the parents' house. It's like we're next to the water. It's
Yeah,
beautiful. So
that'll be
we're gonna do it for a cheap wedding. It's okay.
beautiful. And I think at the end of the day, like if someone truly loves you, they will love you no matter what you're enduring or what you're going through. And that's something I want us both to remember, but also the listeners, like you are not alone in your experiences and you're not a burden because the people that are helping you because they love you. So,
I really do.
thank you.
Yeah, it's a change of mindset that is hard, but you have to work on it. I'm still working on it.
I'm getting my master's in psychology, so I'll be your therapist when I'm done. Free therapy.
For free.
I got you, Kelly.
It's goddamn expensive.
Pod sisters for life. Like I'll be your therapist, but we'll have to do like weekly calls or something and just be here for each other because I truly adore you and I'm so grateful that
Really
you know,
true.
everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, it does. It
Yes.
does. It
So
really
what is the
does.
last piece of advice or message maybe to anyone who's struggling with chronic illness that you want to share today?
Mm. It can get really hard, and sometimes you think it's the hardest, but it gets even harder. But there's always something coming. I choose to believe in karma, that there is good that will come out. You know, I was having the last 3 days. I was having the worst days. I was in so much pain. I hardly got out of bed these 3 days, and then I was told that my event was working out, and then all these artists were saying yes, and all these people were offering to help, and like there's always something good that's gonna come out. You can never like go or just give up. There's always something that's gonna happen for you, and one day medical people are gonna try and find a cure, and one day you're gonna feel better, and just find your people. Reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't feel like a burden for reaching out. You can just watch TV with them and just don't have to talk, or you can talk if you want to just, you know, share your feelings because they might be going through stuff too. Maybe not chronic illness, but that's what friends are for. They're there to share their struggles and help each other through that. And yeah, I think that's my message to people. Just
Doesn't
yeah,
and you're not alone in that. Like I think being a human is beautiful because we're all like, okay, so you'll see someone's Instagram post and you're like they're perfect, and then you have a conversation with them and you're like, wow, they're human just like me. Maybe it's not chronic illness, but maybe they're enduring a mental health struggle or grief or heartbreak or some complicated feeling of being human, and it's like, wow, we all are beautiful because we're human beings and we can understand each other on that level. And I think that's the purpose of being alive. And as long as we have a breath, we have something to impact each other with.
no, I really. It's funny because that my last post. That's really what I said. I posted a bunch of pictures. I look happy. I look like I'm doing fine, but then there's always something behind, and you just have to be uh, empathetic, empathy, show empathy
Sure.
to people.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry in French.
You need to teach me French. I need to hear all the things. We're gonna have to work.
Ah, je peux t'apprendre, y a pas de problème.
What did you just say?
I can teach you, no problem.
I don't know how to say thank you in French.
Merci.
Mercy?
Merci.
I got that
Yeah.
one. Yay. Audrey, where can we follow you if we want to support you? Do you have oh, I know your Instagram, obviously. I'm cool like that, but where can everyone else follow you at?
Yeah. So I have my Instagram. I'm also active on my TikTok account. And if you have the means, if you feel touched by my story or anything, you have something to give. A dollar makes a difference. I have a GoFundMe, because I have a lot of medical debt through all of these things that I've gone through. Um, and so it's all over my Instagram, it's all over my TikTok. So if ever you want to help or even share, people sometimes ask me, can I share? Of course you can. Uh, Sharing those stories makes other people reach out. Because if I hadn't shared through my GoFundMe or the articles that I did, a lot of people wouldn't have, talked to me and asked me for help. So just, yeah.
You're such a beautiful human being. I will obviously continue to support you and message you and be here for you because I truly love and adore you, and I think we were meant to connect for a reason. And I'm
Mhm.
just so grateful that you were willing to come on and share your story with everyone today.
Of course, it's my pleasure. If it can help someone, it, it truly makes me feel better because I can't do much because of my
Sure.
condition. But if I can help someone feel better, then at least I feel like I've done something today, you know?
You can share your story, and then it will inspire someone else to share theirs or keep going. And that's at the end of the day why we do this. So I love you. You're such a
Love
beautiful.
you. You
Let's
too.
let's take a quick selfie before we end the call.
Okay. Mm.
You ready?
Mhm.
Got it. Thank you so much. I want to give you a big
Thank
hug.
you.
Your hug. But I adore you so much, and I'm sure we'll be messaging.
You
Yeah,
too.
but
Of course. I'll text you for the event.
yes, yes,
When I have a date. Finally.
yes. You please keep me updated, and yeah, you have a little bestie right here. You inspire me.
Yeah.
You're so strong. So
Well, you too. I wanna buy your books. Where can I buy them?
we're on Amazon.
Amazon. Okay. Perfect. I have
Stop.
time to read, so
Try. I hope they give you what you need and make you feel less alone, because that's why I write and share what I share.
yeah. Well, I love reading, so I'm
Stop.
happy.
It's like my favorite thing. We'll have to do our own book club.
Yeah, exactly. The book club with the sick people.
Yeah, literally, all the sick people can come join the book club.
Yeah.
I adore you. I'm gonna be messaging you, and I'll send you the picture. But thank you for being you. You're such a beautiful ray of sunshine.
Thank you. You too. Thank you so much for having me.
Mwah.
So I feel so special.
How do you say love you in French?
Je t'aime.
Wait, what? Je,
Je t'aime.
je t'aime?
Yeah, perfect.
Je t'aime?
Yeah.
Je t'aime.
Je t'aime aussi.
Bye.
Bye.